Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Arrowhead. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. This defense for the Chiefs, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
From the 31, Carr. Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Here's Carr to throw. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. Late in the season now, MVP chatter starts, and he might be on the fringe. This is always an award that goes quarterback or running back, usually quarterback. A lot of bias. Does he deserve consideration?
He more than deserves consideration, because the way the game is played in the NFL now, it's a pass-first league, right? So that means that people are going to adjust their defenses for him each and every week, and he's still putting up big-time numbers. I know the quarterbacks, the running backs get it, but he should be firmly in the race for MVP.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Not too many more ideal situations than 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Looking deep for Adams. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Davante Adams. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders are on the board first here on the road in Kansas City. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Here's Edwards-Helaire as they will start on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Mahomes. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be second and a couple. The Chiefs at 11-4 now on the year. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And they were able to tough it out last week, a close one-score game. And those are the kind of wins that pull you together as a team because everyone gains confidence and they feel like they can continue to get better.
From the 41, Mahomes. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Divine Diablo. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Still in the first quarter, but what a great start for them. I mean, they've controlled the airways, Charles, on both sides. They had the passing touchdown. Then they intercept the pass of the other squad and take it back for another score.
Brandon, I know we have a ton of time left, but what an early backbreaker they just delivered. They're up early, and they appear to be totally dialed in. And that offense, they're forced to run right back out. Still shaking up a bit, but feeling the pressure to put something on the scoreboard. They've got to be careful here.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Lakusin. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brandon, that's what you call being manhandled at the point of attack. And I know the offensive line gets a lot of blame for that one. But occasionally, the defense just knows what you're going to do. Maybe they scouted it perfectly. Maybe someone tipped it off. But on that play, it had no chance.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Play action. Now it's Carr. And that is caught downfield by Thomas. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Here's Jacobs. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Raiders pick it up. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly.
Now a toss to the left for Jacobs. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there. Now on 2nd and 13, Carr. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Chiefs are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched the playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers at that situation, they really become magnified.
This, the second meeting of these two teams. You might recall they met back in Week 5, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. From the 24, Mahomes. Now a swing pass. It's Edwards-Helaire. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 21-0 our score after one. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. Man open. That's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Mahomes to MVS there for the Kansas City first.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get...
Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Mahomes going to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Throwing now is Mahomes. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
29.
Carr going to throw. And his throw is incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. 3rd down here.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. To throw is Carr. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
93.
From the 38, Carr. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Frank Clark has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Throwing his Carr on third down. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Carr going to get this to Jacobs. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2.
7:34. 6:37.
From the gun, it's Carr. And that's complete to Adams. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big play that time on the catch and run. And the Raiders are going to get a new set of downs. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
And the Raiders are going to have it first and goal as he'll take this down to about the 3. They'll run it with Jacobs. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Second and goal from the 1.
Hey, we're good.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal. Now Carr. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come... And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. And that one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. The part of this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because, remember, they had a pick-6 on the other side, and now they get a pick-6 of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception on this one. A better effort to take it all the way back for 6. And how about an exceptional effort to match their opposition's pick-6 from earlier in this game?
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. A big seam, and he might go all the way. 20, 10, and he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Takes it at the 7. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
They'll run right here with Jacobs. Room here to run. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 61 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. Once again, it's Jacobs. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Carr completes it, and they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs.
6-18.
Here's Carr. He's got White here. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 25-yard line. And they get 10 yards there and convert on third. Back to the running game with Jacobs. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. A give, it's Jacobs off the option. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. And he finds Waller in the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 23 here on the year as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. To throw, it's Mahomes. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Mahomes now to throw. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
He'll drop that off to Edwards-Helaire. They find some open field here. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 46.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
43.
Now here's Mahomes. Finding Edwards-Helaire once again. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. And again, it's Mahomes. Touchdown! Clyde Edwards-Helaire. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. And here's Edwards-Helaire. And he will find the end zone again. So he gets the touchdown and the two-point conversion. And that'll cut this deficit down a little bit further. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the fourth quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
Second down, Jacobs once more. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
It'll be a 41-yard punt, given 5 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10. And throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Looking to throw is Mahomes. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And incomplete on the deep ball.
The scoreboard tells a story for him, a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now Mahomes. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Here's Mahomes to throw. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. They'll run with Edwards-Helaire. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. They're going to look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Here's Mahomes, 3rd and goal. Flush to his right. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Patrick Mahomes taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Chiefs have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
The Chiefs will set up for the two-point conversion.
It's complete, and he is not going to get in here. So the decision to go for two does not pay off as they're unable to cut any further into their deficit. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. A short kick taken at the 18. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And, you know, they're still very much in the driver's seat, but this second half, this offense has not looked as crisp as the first half, and now with a touchdown that just happened against them, I don't know, things a little more interesting right now.
And so often in games, we talk about a defense picking up for their offense. I think in this case, this offense needs to pick up for their defense. Let them get some rest on the sidelines now, since they just gave up a score. And as you noted, they need to get that crispness back from the first half. They need a big drive here.
They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Now Carr. He hits Adams complete. There he goes left side. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Davante Adams with a milestone career touchdown number 100. Joining Curtis Martin and Franco Harris at the century mark as he continues to climb the all-time list. And the Raiders look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Jet sweep. Carr bats it forward. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense, that's 2 points for them. But he identified an open target and put it right on him.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carpet. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Trayvon Mullen. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked.
And that's caught inside the 30. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Mahomes now on first down. That ball is caught. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. First and 10. He's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Terry McLaurin from 10 yards out. And the Chiefs take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead will be cut down to 14. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the fourth quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. Running the toss here to Jacobs. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 141 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. This to Jacobs on the toss right. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to